Chalo Baba, today we are going to start with our next chapter. The next chapter is charge of GST. Everyone along with me over here. Levy and collection ka chapter. Before we start, let me tell you, it's an A graded chapter. Why sir A graded? Because the reverse charge mechanism ka part which is there is 100% asked either directly or indirectly in part of a big question. So you will have to do this chapter well. Done, sir. We will go ahead and do it. Let me go ahead and give you a quick linking of the chapter. We started learning GST with goods or services. Goods or services has to be supplied. Supply can be either interstate supply or supply can be either intrastate supply, interstate or intrastate supply. Interstate supply, IGST will be levied. Intrastate supply, CGST and SGST will be levied. We are not talking about SGST because it's not part of our syllabus. Now, IGST is levied under section number 5 of the IGST Act. CGST is levied under section number 9 of the CGST Act. So, everyone over here now. So, we went ahead and learned goods or services. Goods ka definition 252, services ka definition 2102. Goods and service has to be supplied. Sir, supply ka definition we went ahead. Supply ka definition we went ahead and learned under section number 7. Yes sir, scope of supply was being defined in section number 7. Then we had section number 8. Section number 8A, composite supply. 8B went ahead and told about mixed supply. Interstate supply is section number 7 of the IGST Act. Intrastate supply is section number 8 of the IGST Act. Then we had section number 9 of the IGST Act, which told about territorial waters supplied to or supplied in the territorial water. Then we had section number 10, 11, which told about place of supply with respect to goods. 12 and 13, which tells about place of supply with respect to services. 14 talks about OIDAR related special provision. 15 talks about tourist. 16 talks about zero rated supply. Exports are zero rated and supply to SEZ is zero rated supply. Yes sir, we remember. So we are going to today learn the levy wala chapter, section number 9 and section number 5 of the IGST Act. Please come to the chart. Section number 9 has section number 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, 9.4 and 9.5. Section number 9.1 just goes ahead and says on what? It is the charging section. Section number 9 is the charging section. Section number 9 goes ahead and says, sir, CGST shall be levied on what? Sir, CGST shall be levied on what, everyone? CGST shall be levied on intrastate supply of what? Of goods, services or both, except alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Sir, once it is levied, on what value it shall be levied? It shall be levied on value which is determined under section number 15. Sir, what is the maximum rate at which it shall be levied? Sir, maximum rate shall be 20%, and as may be, this rate will be notified by the government on recommendation of council, and sir, it shall be collected and paid by a taxable person. It is nothing other than the flow which I teach you. The same thing which I teach you in a flow has been written in section number 9, subsection 1. Then we have section number 9, subsection 2, which goes ahead and talks about HP man, high speed diesel, petroleum crude, motor spirit, aviation turbine fuel, and natural gas pay. GST will be levied, but it can be levied from a date which will be notified by the government on the recommendation of council. Done, sir. So CGST on HP man, high speed diesel, petroleum crude, motor spirit, aviation turbine fuel, and natural gas shall be levied with effect from date notified by government on recommendation of council. Next, we have section number 9.3, which is the utmost important one. Let's go ahead and quickly revise reverse charge mechanism. Section number 9.3 goes ahead and talks about reverse charge. Sir, what is reverse charge? Generally, you pay GST to the supplier. Supplier goes ahead and pays to the government. That is known as forward charge. In reverse charge, as a recipient, you have to go ahead and pay the GST. Government goes ahead and says, I don't want you to pay the GST to the supplier, because government is telling if you pay to the supplier, might be administratively it becomes difficult for the government to collect it from the supplier. So government goes ahead and says, Ramesh, you being the recipient, you pay me the GST under reverse charge mechanism. If we go ahead and remember the reverse charge mechanism is basically on DIAGRAMS. S. Diagrams. You just have to remember diagrams. On direct diagrams, reverse charge mechanism is applicable. Sir, the first one which is there, D for direct selling agent. If you are a direct selling agent who is an individual, then direct selling agent का केस में रिवर्स चार्ज मैकेनिज्म इज एप्लीकेबल. सर डायरेक्टर्स का केस में रिवर्स चार्ज मैकेनिज्म इज एप्लीकेबल. आई फॉर इंश्योरेंस एजेंट. इफ यू आर एन इंश्योरेंस एजेंट का केस में रिवर्स चार्ज मैकेनिज्म इज एप्लीकेबल. डी फॉर development right, also we can go ahead and say when somebody goes ahead and gives from promoter को development right, promoter being the recipient, promoter goes ahead and pays the GST under reverse charge mechanism. Development right, floor space index or long term lease of 30 years or more. If somebody goes ahead and gives these services to a promoter, promoter goes ahead and pays the GST under reverse charge mechanism. Insurance agent का case में also insurance agent when he goes ahead and gives the services to an insurance company goes ahead and pays the GST under RCM. A for, if you go ahead and remember, agent, I will not go ahead and talk about. Okay, agent of, if you go ahead and see over here, agent of business correspondent. And if you guys remember, business facilitator का case में also reverse charge mechanism is applicable. Then sir, G for GTA का case में GTA who is opted for 5%. G for government का services. Sir, whenever government is going ahead and giving the services to a business entity, which business entity, which is a big business entity, reverse charge mechanism is applicable. Then G for R for recovery agent. Yes sir, recovery agent का केस में रिवर्स चार्ज मैकेनिज्म इज एप्लीकेबल. A for artist. आर्टिस्ट का केस में रिवर्स चार्ज मैकेनिज्म इज एप्लीकेबल. आर्टिस्ट, म्यूजिक कंपोजर, सर ऑथर, ऑल दिस पीपल का केस में. यस सर, वी विल रिमेंबर. सर म्यूजिक कंपोजर, यू काइंडली शिफ्ट M for म्यूजिक कंपोजर. ठीक है बाबा, डन. म्यूजिक कंपोजर शिफ्टेड. देन यू हैव S for security services. S for securities lending. Yes sir, securities lending का केस में reverse charge mechanism is applicable. Let's go ahead and discuss all of them now one by one. If any other thing is there, for an example, renting of motor vehicle का renting when it is done, on that also reverse charge mechanism is there. Let's go ahead and quickly revise all of them one by one. Number one, goods transport agency. Basically, what is a goods transport agency? A goods transport agency is an person who goes ahead and issues consignment note. In case of goods transport agency who has gone ahead and opted for 5%, sir, when they are going ahead and providing services to factory, body corporate, society, cooperative society or partnership firm. Partnership firm can be registered or unregistered person, and partnership firm includes an association of person. Then it goes ahead and says when GTA is going ahead and providing services to FB Scoop factory which is registered under the Factories Act, body corporate, sir, society, COO means cooperative society, P means partnership. Now partnership firm can be registered, partnership firm can be unregistered, partnership firm includes association of person. All these people का case में government has gone ahead and told you have to go ahead and pay the GST under RCM. Okay. Now, if GTA is going ahead and providing services to a registered person, then always remember registered person will go ahead and pay the GST under RCM, or he is going ahead and providing to a registered casual taxable person. I would like to go ahead and tell like this. If there is a GTA who has opted for 5% and they are going ahead and providing services to an unregistered person or a registered person in GST. Now, unregistered person, when I am going ahead and talking, I am talking about factory, which is registered under Factories Act, not GST Act. Body corporate, which is registered under Body Corporate Companies Act, basically. Society, cooperative society, and partnership firm. They are not registered under GST. So, sir, if they are registered under GST, they will directly come under registered person. I am talking about whenever they are providing, GTA is providing services to an unregistered person, which is factory, body corporate, society, cooperative society, and partnership firm. Partnership firm can be registered under the Partnership Act, unregistered under the Partnership Act, and it includes an association of person. They will have to go ahead and pay GST under RCM. Done. Now, if registered person is there, you will have to go ahead and see normal registered person. It can be composition person. Sir, it can be an ISD. Yes, sir, it can be a TCS collector. It can be an OIDAR. Any registered person who is there, but they have gone ahead and told it can be registered casual taxable person also. Yes, sir. Point is clear. Then in this scenario also reverse charge mechanism is applicable, but you have to be very careful. If registered person is a TDS deductor, in TDS deductor, four types of TDS deductor is there. Number one, sir, there are four category. Number A, B and C category is there. Department of Central Government, State Government, Local Authority and Governmental Authority. For them, it is told that reverse charge mechanism is not applicable. Reverse charge mechanism is not applicable and they have been exempted. But if you are any other category of TDS deductor who is basically been notified category of TDS deductor, then reverse charge mechanism shall be applicable. Done, sir. Point is clear. Now always remember one thing, unregistered person may, one casual taxable person is there who is unregistered casual taxable person. If you are an unregistered casual taxable person basically those handicraft supplier or craftsman goods का supplier basically who are exempted from registration. Yes sir, those casual taxable person का case में also reverse charge mechanism is not applicable, they have been exempted. If you are unregistered person, others, any other kind of unregistered person, then also you are being exempted. Yes sir, point is clear. We will remember this. I have gone ahead and told you about GTA going ahead and providing services to a factory, society, cooperative society, body corporate or partnership firm, registered person under GST, registered casual taxable person, only then reverse charge mechanism will come. The same thing I have told, registered person or registered casual taxable person or registered person other than, sir, only the notified category of TDS deductor. TDS deductor में these three people, Department of Central Government, State Government, Union Territory, Local Authority or Governmental Agency, not authorities, governmental agencies का case में basically they have gone ahead and told, sir, what happens in case of all these people? Reverse charge mechanism shall not be applicable if they are registered as TDS deductor. The next one over here is advocate and arbitral tribunal. Advocate going ahead and providing services to a business entity. Everyone over here, advocate or senior advocate going ahead and providing services to a business entity whose last year ka turnover, you have to see last year ka turnover, if it was crossing the registration limit, aggregate turnover in the preceding financial year was going ahead and crossing the registration limit, then in the current financial year they have to pay the GST under RCM. Advocate going ahead and providing services to a business entity, which business entity whose turnover in the last year had crossed the registration limit, then in the current financial year that business entity will pay the GST under RCM. Next one over here is arbitral tribunal. Arbitral tribunal ka case mein also same thing. Sir, arbitral tribunal going ahead and providing services to a business entity whose last year ka turnover had crossed registration limit, then Baba in the current financial year that business entity has to pay the GST under RCM. Next, this more discussion in the exemption chapter. Sponsorship services. Now, if sponsorship services are provided to a body corporate or to a partnership firm, the partnership firm or the body corporate will go ahead and pay the GST under RCM. Done. Sir, government related services, central government, state government, everyone, central government, state government, union territory or local authority, if they are going ahead and providing services to a business entity, which business entity whose last year turnover was greater than registration limit, then that business entity will have to go ahead and pay the GST under RCM. But RCM is not applicable in case of post or airport related services. नहीं, post, department of post related services, those speed post etc. Sir, A for airport or port related services, I for immovable property related service, and T for transportation of goods or passenger related service. In that scenario, either it is exempted or forward charge mechanism is applicable, reverse charge mechanism does not come. Done, sir, point clear. Then central government, state government, union territory or local authority going ahead and giving renting of immovable property to a registered business entity pays under reverse charge mechanism. Sir, if central government, state government, local authority or union territory government provides renting of immovable property to an unregistered person, then Baba, wherever reverse charge is not there, always remember forward charge is there, it is not exempted. Reverse charge is not there, always forward charge is there unless it is specifically being exempted. Done, sir, point is clear. Then if any person goes ahead and gives development right or floor space index to a promoter will go ahead and pay the reverse charge mechanism में GST on that development right or floor space index. Sir, any person going ahead and giving long-term lease of 30 years or more to a promoter, basically I have given my land on long-term lease to a promoter, then the promoter goes ahead and pays the GST under RCM. Director going ahead and giving services to a company being more organized, government went ahead and told company, you pay the GST under RCM. So if I am a director providing services to a company being more organized, government has gone ahead and collected the GST from the company or the body corporate who is in the taxable territory. Here there is a circular. If you are an independent director, you are never an employee and GST is payable always by the company under reverse charge mechanism. But if you are a whole-time director in a company and you are an employee, company goes ahead and pays you salary, TDS is also deducted. Baba, it is employer-employee relationship, not supply, no GST. But you are a whole-time director, but you have gone ahead and given some services to the company, not in the capacity as a director, but in any other capacity, might be as a professional, you would have given some other services to the company. In that scenario, you are not an employee and you are paid professional fees. TDS is also deducted under 194J of the Income Tax Act. Then on that amount, whole-time director giving services to the company on that amount has to go ahead and pay the GST under RCM. Be very careful. Next, insurance agent going ahead and giving insurance company को services. Insurance company being more organized, insurance company has to pay GST under RCM. I hope you guys remember this guy. Yes, sir, we remember. He is the recovery agent only for classroom purpose, Baba. Yes, they are going ahead and giving services to a banking company or a financial institution or an NBFC. Banking company, financial institution has to go ahead and pay GST under RCM. Music company, music composer. I am a music composer. I am singing a song. I composed a song, gave to a music company. Music company being more organized. Government told music company in the taxable territory has to pay the GST under RCM. Photographer, artist, or like going ahead and giving services to a producer. Producer being more organized is being told that you have to pay the GST under RCM. Author, unregistered or not exercising the option to pay GST under forward charge mechanism, publisher will pay the GST under RCM. But supposingly I am an author and I told the government that, sir, I want to go ahead and charge the GST under forward charge mechanism, I'll collect and pay the GST. Then authors have also been given the option. Baba, be very careful in your exam. Authors are also given the option that authors can go ahead and raise the invoice, charge GST under forward charge mechanism and give it to the government. For that, the author has to intimate his jurisdictional officer. He has to tell his jurisdictional officer that, sir, I am going to go ahead and collect the GST under forward charge mechanism and give it to you. And also, when you give the invoice to the publisher, you have to write that, sir, you have to give a declaration that, sir, you don't have to pay the GST under RCM. I have gone ahead and taken registration. I have gone ahead and collected the GST. I will pay. So forward charge mechanism is applicable if author has taken registration, declaration to his jurisdictional officer also he has given, and on the invoice to the publisher. People who have not studied, people, you have to, it is a revision. It is a revision. We have to revise. If you have not studied at home, Baba, I can't help you. You have to study and then attend the revision. People, is it going good? Everyone is able to get it? Can we go ahead? Yes, sir. We are all getting it. Let's go ahead. People who have studied at home, people who have studied at home, people who have already studied diligently, they will feel that the speed is very good and they are able to get it easily. Done, sir. Chalo, let's go ahead. Next. Now, the next one over here is members of the overseeing committee going ahead and giving services to the RBI. Members of the overseeing committee going ahead and giving services to the RBI. RBI has to go ahead and pay the GST under RCM. The next one over here is direct selling agent who is an individual. Be very careful about it. Direct selling agent who is going ahead and who is an individual going ahead and giving services to a banking company or an NBFC in the taxable territory. Banking company or NBFC has to go ahead and pay the GST under RCM. Now, business facilitator and business correspondent over here. Now, if business facilitator is there, sir, PAIT का full form, PAIT, sir, Department of Post, A for airport or port, I for immovable property, and T for, sir, transportation, again this is also shortcut, transportation of goods or passenger. ठीक है sir, done it. Point is clear. We will be more talking about this more in the chapter of exemption. Next, everyone over here now. Business facilitator, business correspondent. What happens? There will be a bank. Bank will go ahead and appoint a business correspondent, and business correspondent, if he needs further help, he will go ahead and appoint some agent under him. So under business correspondent, there will be some agents who are there. Okay sir, point is clear. Now what happens if a bank wants, bank can also go ahead and appoint business facilitator, and business facilitator can further have agents under him. Done sir, point is clear. I want to go ahead and keep business facilitator up, बिजनेस करस्पॉन्डेंट डाउन. ठीक है सर, पॉइंट इज क्लियर. चलो, we'll put these people down and we'll put these people up. So it is being told that whenever a business facilitator is giving services to a banking company, in that scenario reverse charge mechanism will come. Okay sir. Business correspondent, agent of a business correspondent, if he gives to a business correspondent, then also reverse charge mechanism will come. Then you will tell me, sir, what about the other two which is there? Whenever nothing is told, always remember forward charge mechanism shall be applicable. Done sir, point is clear. Always remember, business facilitator is always free. Sir, what do you mean by this? Whenever he is going ahead, his agents are giving the services, agent will go ahead and collect the GST and pay to the government. So this business facilitator does not have to pay anything. Business facilitator will go ahead and give services to the bank. Bank goes ahead and pays the GST under RCM. So business facilitator is always free. Business correspondent का case में you always remember, business correspondent is always gone. He is caught in GST. He C for caught. Caught in GST means, sir, whenever his agent gives him the services, he pays the GST under RCM. Whenever he is giving the services to the bank, he has to collect the GST under forward charge and give it to the government. So both the scenario may he is being caught. Here he has to pay under RCM. Here he will have to go ahead and collect under forward charge and pay the GST. So both the case may he is caught, but business facilitator is always free. Yes sir, point is clear. Chalo, let's go ahead. The next one is security services. Security services, that is supply of security personnel by, sir, if security personnel are being supplied by whom? By any person but not a business body corporate. If it is provided to a registered person will have to pay the GST under RCM. So I will go ahead and say it like this, that if there is any person but not a body corporate, any person but not a body corporate, he is going ahead and giving services to whom? Registered person. Then registered person in the taxable territory goes ahead and pays the GST under RCM. But you will always have to remember that registered person may, there can be TDS deductors. Yes sir, there can be TDS deductors over here. TDS deductor may the first three categories can be there, and TDS deductor may other last one D category can be there, who is notified category. Yes sir, TDS deductor done. There can be composition dealer who is there. Yes sir, and there can be other registered persons who are there. Now in this scenario you will always have to remember, see, composition dealer का केस में forward charge, composition dealer का केस में RCM is not applicable forward charge mechanism. ठीक है, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, लोकल अथॉरिटी और गवर्नमेंटल एजेंसीज रजिस्टर्ड as TDS deductor. So only in the first three categories forward charge mechanism. Means here reverse charge mechanism is not applicable, forward charge mechanism is applicable. Sir, what about these two? Sir, RCM. Here also RCM. Done sir, point is clear. Let's go ahead. Be very careful in your exam. These two cases may forward charge mechanism is applicable. Basically, whenever somebody is going ahead and providing services, any person other than body corporate going ahead and providing services to a registered business entity, registered person, TDS deductor, ABC category, forward charge mechanism, composition dealer, forward charge mechanism, and if all other registered person का case में reverse charge mechanism shall be applicable. Next, then there is renting of motor vehicle. Renting of motor vehicle by any person, not a business entity, not a body corporate, any person other than a body corporate, any person other than a body corporate does not issue invoice charging GST 12%. If he is going ahead and supplying to anyone, doesn't matter, it is telling invoice charging GST at the rate 12% is not being issued. Might be he's gone ahead and issued an invoice charging only 5%. Might be he's not gone ahead and issued an invoice only. Might be he's gone ahead and issued a bill of supply. In that scenario, they are going ahead and selling any person who is going ahead and giving renting of motor vehicle and here fuel cost is included. Always remember, renting a motor vehicle where fuel cost is included. If any person other than a body corporate is going ahead and giving to a person, and number one, who is it? Renting a motor vehicle where fuel cost is included. Number two, any person other than a body corporate. Number three, he has not issued invoice charging 12%, means either he has gone ahead and issued a bill of supply, or might be he would have issued a commercial invoice, or might be you would have gone ahead and issued an invoice charging 5%. In that scenario, they are going ahead and telling recipient, the fourth category over here is recipient should be a body corporate in the taxable territory, then the recipient has to pay the GST under RCM. Four things to be seen in the exam, be very careful. Yes sir, point is clear. The next one over here is securities lending scheme. Whenever there is a securities lending scheme which is there, what happens? There will be one person who is a lender, and there is one person who is going ahead and being a borrower who wants to borrow the security. Here what happens? There will be SEBI, and in between there will be an intermediary. Okay sir, point is clear. Now what happened? The lender will go ahead and lend the securities. Supposingly on 1st of January, the lender, the person has gone ahead and lent him 10 shares which are there, 10 shares of Infosys, and he went ahead and sold it in the market. Borrower went ahead and sold it in the market. Okay sir, how much did he sell for? 10 shares. He sold today's market price 1000. That is, he went ahead and made 10,000 rupees over here. Okay sir, then what happens? The borrower after some time has to go ahead and return the securities, and then, so for an example, he had borrowed it for 6 months. Now what happened? On 30th June, he will have to buy back the shares. When he went to buy back, he knows that the price would have gone down, and he bought the 10 shares back from the market at 800 rupees only, and 8,000 rupees he has spent. It means ultimately he made 2,000 rupees. The borrower made 2,000 rupees out of it. Always remember, this is known as lending of securities. In case of lending of securities, always the GST has to be paid by the borrower under reverse charge mechanism, because the lender and the borrower will not know each other, because the transaction will happen through an intermediary. It is being told that always the transaction is to be assumed as interstate supply, and IGST is to be paid by the borrower under reverse charge mechanism. So what will happen? Basically, he will go ahead and pay some lending fees over here, and he will transfer, after deducting his commission, the lending fees to the lender. So what happens? The lender gives the shares to him. He goes ahead and gives the shares further to whom? To the borrower. Borrower will go ahead and first sell the shares, then buy back the shares from the market. In the whole transaction, he will earn some money, and then he will pay some lending fees to the intermediary. Intermediary will go ahead and pay the lending fees to the lender. Now, in this scenario, it is being told, you being the borrower, you have to go ahead and pay the GST under RCM on the lending fees. It says services of lending of securities to the borrower, borrower under the securities lending scheme. So, lender has gone ahead and lent the securities to the borrower. Borrower will have to go ahead and pay the GST under RCM. Always remember, because lender and the borrower will not know each other, government went ahead and told simply, borrower, when you are paying the GST under RCM, you don't know whether it is intra or inter. Whenever you don't know whether it is intra or inter, always assume it to be interstate supply, and accordingly IGST shall be payable. Yes sir, done. Point is clear. One point which I missed out in business facilitator and business correspondent model, always remember, if it is given with respect to rural area branch, so basically ultimate the recipients who are there are in the rural areas. Remember, always business facilitator, business correspondent, if they are going ahead and providing the services with respect to rural area accounts related, then all this will become exempt. Here, reverse charge mechanism, forward charge mechanism, no tax will come. Always remember one thing, if services are provided by business facilitator or business correspondent and their intermediary with respect to accounts in rural area, then all this will be exempted. There will be no GST ka implication at all. Yes sir, point is clear. Here we are done with reverse charge mechanism under section number 9.3. I went ahead and taught you about what? I went ahead and taught you about DIAGRAMS. I'll tell you again, everyone. Number one was GTA, Goods Transport Agency. Yes, sir. Number two was advocate. Yes, sir. You went ahead and told. Number three was arbitral tribunal. Yes, sir, arbitral tribunal was there. Fourth one was sponsorship. Okay, sir, sponsorship services was there. What was the fifth one, everyone? The fifth one was government related services. So here comes government related services. The next one was development right, long term lease, or development right, long term lease, or floor space index when it is given. Yes, sir. The next one over here is directors who are there. Directors, D for directors. Okay, sir. The next one is insurance. Company has to go ahead and pay the GST under RCM. Then we have recovery agent, R for recovery agent who is there, recovery agent ka services. Then A for, sir, artist is there. A for author is there. Yes, sir. These two are clear. M for music company is there. M for members of overseeing committee is there. Yes, sir. Point is clear. D for direct selling agent who is an individual is there. Then what else did we miss out over here? No, sir. Okay. Security services, securities lending, security sponsorship services, security services, securities lending also done. Then we have, sir, over here R for nahi, A for agent of business correspondent you can remove, remember. And when business correspondent you remove, sorry, remember, you will remember business facilitator also. And R for renting is also there, renting of motor vehicle. Yes, sir, point is clear. Here we are done with your complete reverse charge ka discussion. Chalo, let's go ahead. The next one over here is section number 9.4. Section number 9.4 goes ahead and says whenever one unregistered person will go ahead and give specified category of services, goods or services, specified category only to specified class of registered person, then the specified class of registered person has to pay the GST under RCM. Number one, everyone over here. Number one, if input and input services are being supplied are being supplied by an unregistered person. Supposingly, I am a promoter, I am a builder, not a bodybuilder, Baba. I am going to go ahead and build one building, and I am a promoter who is going to make a building. If I have gone ahead and taken input and input services up to 80%, if I have taken from registered person, then no problem. For an example, I took 10 lakh rupees ka input and input services, out of which only 7 lakh rupees ka I have taken from registered person, because at least 80% has to be taken from registered person. For an example, I have gone ahead and taken, I am a promoter, I have taken input and input services worth 10 lakh. Out of this 10 lakh, only 7 lakh rupees pay I have already paid GST, because these are GST paid. Remaining 3 lakh ka I have taken from unregistered person. Then they have gone ahead and told Ramesh, 10 lakh means at least 8 lakh rupees worth of goods or services you should have taken from registered person. But you have taken only 7 lakh worth of goods or services from registered person. It means 1 lakh ka shortfall, on which is shortfall below 80%. On that, you have to go ahead and pay 18% GST as a promoter under reverse charge mechanism. Done, sir. Point is clear. Cement ka case mein, always remember, cement whenever it is being purchased from an unregistered person, always the promoter has to pay GST under RCM only for the promoter. Then capital goods, if they are being bought by a promoter and it is bought from an unregistered person, then also always remember the promoter has to go ahead and pay the GST under RCM. Yes, sir. Point is clear. Input services, sir. Then we have cement, and then we have capital goods, ICC. Done, sir. Point is clear. The next one over here is whenever services are provided through e-commerce operator, there are three notified services which are there. They have gone ahead and told Ramesh, supposingly Ola is there, you are a driver who is there, you are the actual supplier. ठीक है, Ola, and supposingly one person went to Ola app and he booked a cab, then he is the recipient who is there. Now he went to Ola app, Ola directed it to a person who is a driver, he came and dropped you, so he is the actual supplier, you are the actual recipient. But government went ahead and told, in this scenario Ola looks to be more organized, and hence government went ahead and told Ola, you being the e-commerce operator, you have to pay the GST under not RCM. Basically, you being the e-commerce operator, all the provisions of the act will be applicable on you, and you have to go ahead and pay the GST. In this way, government went ahead and told, I will notify category of services. The intrastate supply tax shall be payable by the e-commerce operator and all the provisions shall be applicable to the e-commerce operator. Basically, he will only raise the invoice, he will only go ahead and file the return. All the provisions of the act shall be applicable to the e-commerce operator as if he is a supplier. Here government went ahead and told three services. Which are the three services? Housekeeping services, accommodation services, and transportation of passenger by road, basically motor car, maxi cab, and sir, radio taxi, motor car, maxi cab, or motorcycle. If transportation of passengers is done, accommodation services are being provided, or housekeeping services are being provided, always the e-commerce operator shall be liable. But here there is a catch. If accommodation and housekeeping services are provided, in that scenario, if the supplier is liable for registration under section number 21, then supplier shall be liable, e-commerce operator shall not be liable. Note, in case of housekeeping and accommodation services, e-commerce operator is not liable if the supplier is liable under section number 22 subsection 1. Housekeeping, accommodation, transportation service, HAT. Done, sir? Point is clear. Always remember one thing. For an example, Uber is outside India. Government went ahead and told Uber, are you present in India? Uber told yes. If you are present, you will be liable. So Uber told, sir, Airbnb, supposingly Airbnb told, sir, we are not present in India. Government went ahead and told, your representative is there in India, we will make him liable. Sir, your representative shall be liable. Now e-commerce web operator went ahead and told, sir, I am also not there in India, my representative is also not there in India. Government told, whose neck we will catch for taxes? So government went ahead and told, you have to go ahead and appoint a representative for tax purposes, and he shall be liable. Done, sir? Point is clear. Remember everyone, we went ahead and started learning charge of GST with section number 9. Section number 9 had section number 9.1, section number 9.2, section number 9.3, section number 9.4, and section number 9.5. Everyone over here with me. Section number 9.1 general levy total bakwas. Section number 9.2 HP man pe GST shall be levied from a date notified by government on recommendation of council. Next, section number 9.3, which is there, is reverse charge mechanism. Basically, I have gone ahead and told you diagrams. Yes, sir. Point is clear. Section number 9.4, which is there. Section number 9.4 का केस में सेक्शन नंबर 9.4 is input services, capital goods, and cement का केस में promoter shall be liable. Yes, sir. Point is clear. We remember this one. Then we had section number 9.5, e-commerce operator in case of housekeeping, accommodation, and transportation services. Everyone listen to me very carefully. Section number 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, 9.4, and 9.5 of the CGST Act we learned. Now we have section number 5 of the IGST Act. Section number 5.1, same as section number 9.1 only. Intra becomes inter, 20% becomes 40%. That's it. Then we have section number 5.2. Here we told HP man का intra-state supply पे CGST will come. Here we say 5.2 में HP man का interstate supply पे IGST will come. Basically, that is being told in section number 5.2. Sir, 9.3 में we told about reverse charge mechanism on diagrams. All the reverse charge mechanism का services are told in 5.3 also. Additionally, two services are over here. Let's quickly see everyone. Section number 5 had section number 5.1. Okay, sir. The proviso you will be anyways understanding in your the proviso says that whenever you import, everyone, section number 5.1, intrastate becomes interstate. Same. Whatever I have told you over here, intra becomes inter, 20% becomes 40%. Sir, proviso, IGST on import of goods. Whenever you import the goods, IGST shall be levied because import is interstate supply, and that shall be levied and collected as per the custom tariff act. As per the custom tariff act on the value determined under the custom act. At the point when custom duties are levied, basically they are telling, Ramesh, whenever you import something, IGST shall be levied, this shall be levied and collected under the custom act. Done, sir. Point is clear. Section number 5.2, IGST on interstate supply of HP man. That talks about IGST on interstate supply of HP man. Section number 5.3, additional services are being notified. Not taxable territory. If any person is providing services in the taxable territory wala person will pay the GST under RCM. Yes, sir. You had already told it, but this is not applicable in case of NTOR because OIDR providing services to an NTOR. OIDR will go ahead and collect the GST under forward charge and pay it to the government. In that scenario, reverse charge is not applicable. Yes, sir, you had already told. Second is transportation of goods in a vessel. Sir, supposingly transportation of goods by vessel from outside India up to a up to custom station in India, importer will be liable. For an example, from outside India, one foreign shipping company is there who has gone ahead, US ka company is there who has gone ahead and provided shipping services. Basically, they have provided transportation services to me, and I am the importer. If I am the importer, I have to go ahead and pay the GST on the transportation services under reverse charge mechanism. Done, sir. Point is clear. So basically, foreign shipping company, a person who is in the non-taxable territory, providing services to an importer, which is what? Sir, transportation of goods by vessel. Then the importer has to pay the GST under RCM. Then section number 5.4 and section number 5.5 is same as section number 9.4 and 9.5. Only intra becomes inter. Yes, sir. Point is clear. Everyone listen to me very carefully. This 5.3 is very important over here. 9.3 is very important over here. And 9.5 becomes B graded kind of a question. This is A graded kind of a question. This is A graded kind of a question. This becomes B graded kind of a question. Three parts which I have told, but an A graded chapter, very, very important from your exam point of view. 100% small point or big point, anywhere you will find it. Please remember all of them. Yes, sir, we are clear. Here I will go ahead and close my chapter of charge of GST.